Good morning, everyone. I'm outside today. Who knows where I'm going to be next? In the car, the first few episodes, but now I'm outside. So, yeah. Good morning. It is Ronnie Jean, otherwise known as Respect the Deck. And I am here to do a collective reading for the new moon, which is coming up. The new moon is actually tomorrow, and it's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So yeah, let's get started. I'm just going to shuffle here on camera, and let's see what comes out. This is going to be a collective reading, new moon reading for the collective. New moon reading for the collective, the Hoodoo Tarot edition. That's what we're doing today. Okay. Now let's see what comes out. What is the energy? New moon in Cancer tomorrow. What is the energy for the collective? Spirit energy for the collective. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we have the Two of Knives. We have the Four of Coins. We have the Nine of Baskets. We have another two, the Two of Sticks. And bottom of the deck, we have 9, Dr. Grant. Now, this deck is new for me still. So I'm going to do something that I do occasionally when I do readings. If I'm not familiar with the deck and the interpretations of the maker, then I will refer to the guidebook that comes with the tarot for more information. And I'm going to do that only because I'm not really familiar with this deck like that. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. All right, so and I think another thing, I make crystal jewelry. I'm not wearing any right now. I have to work soon, so I'll make sure that I put my protection stuff on before I go. But selenite is a cleansing stone. It doesn't need to be cleansed itself. But basically what you do is you wave it in your auric field. Like, I can feel it. And when you do that, you can actually feel the energy coming off the crystal. I guess the larger the piece of selenite you have, the more or the higher the frequency it emits. But this is a cleansing crystal, and new moons are all about new beginnings, clean slate, newness, freshness. It's a time for us to set our intentions and for us to sit down and come up with a list of goals that we have for ourselves that we would like to achieve. So let's get into the reading. Two of Knives is the first card that we have here. I'm just going to paraphrase, though. I don't want to read from it, in its entirety, the passages. So the really cool thing about this deck is not only, does it have interpretations for the cards, but every card has a plant that's associated with it, which is really cool. In the Hoodoo religion, I believe that it's herbalism is a big thing. So the plant associated with this card is baby's breath. Root workers referred to some people being four-eyed, which was a reference to the ability to perceive both the physical and spiritual realms. Here, a four-eyed woman nervously bites her lips because her spiritual eyes have been gouged out. So the positive meanings to this are a truce, making a firm decision, renewed action, lies being exposed, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, being in touch with how you really feel, facing the consequences of past choices, patiently waiting to see if things work out, anxiety subsisting, and the time to move on. The time to move on and the crossroads. On the negative side, if you do receive this card, it could mean that you're feeling stuck in a rut. There are tense situations within your life. You're facing some sort of opposition. You feel uncertain about the next moves to make, what, decision to actually make. A stalemate, self-doubt, making hard choices, prolonged waiting, indecision, suppressed feelings, avoiding the real issue, unequal partnership, suppressed emotions, failure to see things as they really are, partners who are partially committed, failure to communicate effectively, and fence riders. So this card is basically saying that you may be struggling with making, or have struggled with making, some kind of decision. You're not committing fully to something of importance, possibly a responsibility of yours. You feel stuck and like you're facing a lot of opposition and adversity. You don't know which way to go. You're at a crossroads and you're kind of, on the fence about taking a right or taking a left. There's nowhere to go straight. There's only two directions. You have to make a choice. So this card is an indication that you're struggling with making some kind of decision, and you're not able to see from a spiritual standpoint, because for some reason that the ability to see through spiritual eyes has been denied to you. So something's going on. Something's clouding your vision. Something's clouding your judgment. On the positive side, it does talk about getting out of that stuck feeling, facing the consequences of past choices, waiting patiently to see how things pan out, and not, some anxiety relief. The next card that comes up is the Four of Coins. Four of Coins. And the plant associated with this card is the marigold. So a man uses a dowsing rod to search for gold. He is using pine crosses, goose feathers, and brimstone as charms to aid him. It was common for whites to utilize the aid of root workers to find buried treasure. It's funny because I collected a bunch of geese feathers at a pond near my husband's job last week. So, yeah, that's interesting that they used to use them as charms to aid in their search for gold, geese feathers. So on the positive side, this card deals with financial security, material gains, sound investments, inheritance, careful budgeting, living within one's means, conservatism, and saving for a rainy day. On the negative side, greed, hoarders, selfishness, wastefulness, obsessive couponing, clingy people, scarcity consciousness, penny pinchers, controlling personalities, and fear of change. So don't selfishly hoard what you have. Don't be greedy or waste your money, or cling too tightly to it, or any type of material goods that you may have access to. You shouldn't be super conscious about the money you spend. You don't have to penny pinch. You don't have to be that extreme in the way that you manage your money. Like, it's okay to treat yourself to things every now and again. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it, because this card does talk about having financial security, which comes from properly managing your money, the money that you do have. Start thinking about ways that you can invest your money, ways to make money, budget, save, and live within your means, not over, or under. I think this card is warning against extremes on either side. Like, you don't need to be overly protective of what you have. The next card is the Nine of Baskets. The Nine of Baskets. Another card that the marigold is associated with this card as well. So marigold, go out and get you some marigold flowers. This card shows an aerial view of 9 baskets filled with a few items that represent what most human beings desire: cash and jewels, financial security and wealth, books, knowledge, gator head, protection, rabbit's foot, good luck, old-fashioned biscuits, nourishment and familiarity, bottle of wine, intoxicants, sunflowers, warmth and good times, passport, travel. So on the positive side, this card means dreams fulfilled, plenty, art appreciation, wishes that come true, sensuality, rewards, hitting the jackpot, happiness, pampering, the finer things in life, financial security, prosperity, attaining your heart's desire, gratitude, and making it. What a beautiful message. On the negative side, it could mean materialistic people, greed, lack, people who are never satisfied, gluttony, spoiled brats, feeling unfulfilled, narcissists, smugness, overindulgence, shattered dreams, shallowness, and hedonism. So this card is warning against being materialistic with the goods that you do have, with the money that you do have. Like, it's not all about money. It's not all about, material possessions and things that you've acquired in your life over time. Don't be in a lack mindset. You have to be appreciative of the things that you have in your life. Don't be shallow and think that, because you don't have these particular things at the moment, that somehow you're missing something. Like, you're either missing out on something, or something's missing within you because you don't have it. And that's not true. You can't tie yourself so tightly to that kind of thought process. Dreams will come true. This is a card of wish fulfillment. You may come into some money unexpected, like a windfall of money, unexpected cash. This card talks about having all the things that we want and need in this life. Money, jewels, we have wine, we have books, we have a gator head for protection, we have sunflowers, we have biscuits, we have a passport for travel. What's this other? Oh, a rabbit's foot for good luck. Yeah. This is a beautiful card here. Two of Sticks. The plant associated with this card is comfrey. The man in the card depicts Dr. Sandy Jenkins, the root worker who gave Frederick Douglass a root to protect him from being abused by a sadistic overseer. Douglass was never bothered by the man again. Here, Sandy is shown gazing out at the St. Miles River in Maryland. Positive, partnerships, planning for the future, speaking your mind, progress, new inventions, ambition, being unafraid to go against the grain, deciding to travel or move overseas, and the power to persuade and influence other people. This ties directly into the last card, the passport, deciding to travel or move overseas. Then you have, just the new moon, and this being the time that this card reading is done, because it is a time of, planning for the future, new inventions, ambition, going against the grain, not being afraid to taking a leap of faith and just, doing what it is that we've been wanting to for so long. The Two of Sticks on the negative side is canceled plans, prolonged waiting, deportation, feeling stuck in a rut, feeling tortured by a sense of mediocrity, fear of change, and suddenly being removed or replaced. So now is the time for you to go out on your own, to explore uncharted waters, to venture out. It doesn't even have to be far. You can travel farther than the confines of your of where you of your of your space now. But I think it's important to, get away sometimes. Maybe make some plans for things that you can do. And the last card, the bottom of the deck card, is associated with the Hermit in the traditional tarot deck. And this card is Dr. Grant, the Hermit. But he, Jesus, would withdraw to desolate places and pray. Luke 5:16. Plant duckweed. The image. Dr. Grant is shown in solitude, picking herbs and roots in the swamps of Louisiana. Dr. Grant was a Protestant conjure doctor from New Orleans. Unfortunately, the details of his life are unknown. By the time Zora Neale Hurston interviewed Dr. Grant and others in the 30s, many conjure doctors were using herbs and other supplies from catalogs. Dr. Grant, however, was a proud swamper who preferred to do things the old-fashioned way by gathering what he needed in the wild. Dr. Grant reminded Hurston of a few critical but forgotten lessons. 1. Believe in one's limitless power. 2. Petition spirits unequal to man. 3. Know more than one way to get a job done. And 4. Acknowledge that no two people or jobs are alike. Because a remedy that works for one person may not work for another. Dr. Grant was highly sought out for his abilities, and in some cases was paid more than $100, an exorbitant amount of money for that time. The meaning of this card: when Dr. Grant appears in a reading, it may indicate the necessity for some alone time to recharge. Specifically, it may recommend solitude in nature to reflect and listen. This is more important now than ever, as we are constantly accessible to others via technology. While this may be convenient, It is also a tremendous burden as we have little time to clear our heads and just be without earbuds blasting music in our ears, a zillion advertisements or logos flashing before our eyes, or social media's alerts pinging for us to engage with the world. They won't stop. So you must make a conscious decision once in a while to make it stop. Social media cleanse. Let's be clear, this card is not about just sitting in the park for a few minutes looking at pretty trees, flowers, or a squirrel before you get back online. No, it's about considering the essence of that tree, those flowers, and the squirrel, and how you're connected to them. It's about perceiving the interrelationships of all things to the other and the extraction of power from fundamental reality. Oh, I love that. For it is from the comprehension of source that knowledge may be accessed and distilled. Remember, if you take something from Mother Nature, don't forget to give something biodegradable to her and her creatures in return. This card may also indicate that you're seeking knowledge and you're ready to take things to the next level. It's time to seek guidance from a worthy teacher. If you receive Dr. Grant in a reading, consider the following. Do you understand the importance of alone time? Maybe it would be better to stay home tonight. Silence is golden. Focus on finding out the truth. Be in the world, not of it. Pay more attention to your guru or spiritual counselor. Did you really consider the advice you received about that issue? It's okay to take a break from him, her, them, or that to reevaluate things. Meditate more. Follow your inner voice. Oops, I lost my page. Follow your inner voice. Oh, that was the end of that card. So, it's time to start searching for something. And to start looking within yourself for that thing, because it's not something you're going to find in the external world, in the material world. You have to work on getting back in tune spiritually, because I feel like that's something that you're out of touch with right now, your spirituality. And that's the reason why you're not able to see things from that perspective. Don't selfishly hoard what you have. Share what you have with others. Help others to get to the goals, and to find what you have in life, if you're able to assist them and even give an advice. There are things that, if you don't have now, that you will have the means to do the things that you want to do and to live a comfortable life. The money, the jewels, the knowledge, the little drinky drink, the protection, the luck, the ability to travel, food, all these things that, and maybe this is a sign. Look, at everything's all basketed up. You need to pick from it, pack up, and be out. You need to pack up some of this here, get your alligator head for protection, your rabbit's foot for good luck, your passport. Pack light, throw on some jewels, put a couple bucks in your pocket, a few good books, and set out on a journey of some sort. This will help get you back in tune, seeking. That's something, because in the Four of Coins, he's looking for treasure. He's looking for buried treasure, and maybe that treasure is inside of you and not, on the outside. It's something that you got to look for. You have to take time to yourself to focus on you for a change, and to basically block out any distractions that may be causing you to not be able to see through your spiritual eyes and make the best decision for yourself right now. It is a new moon tomorrow, so use that time to set your intentions. Sit down and think about the things that you want to do, um, the goals that you have for yourself. Make a list. Um, Maybe start formulating a plan of some sort if you have the, energy and inspiration to, keep writing. I think it's important to write that kind of stuff down. But just take some time for yourself. This new moon tomorrow is a perfect time. Maybe go out somewhere alone, sit at a park, sit at a beach, sit at a pond, and just nature watch. Look around and think about the interconnectedness of all things. um, these are bigger than life concepts, thinking about our connectedness, the collective, and this is a collective reading, so it's interesting that that's what I chose to do this morning as opposed to general readings for the signs, which is something that I started 2 weeks ago. And I have to get back on my grind with. But anyway, that's all I have. I am available for personal readings if you're interested. Again, the name is Respect the Deck. I'm Ronnie Jean, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's interact. Maybe there was something in the reading that stood out to you and you'd like to talk about what resonated and why. I'd love to hear. So feel free to drop your thoughts and ideas. And thanks for tuning in. Looking forward to doing this again soon. Bye.